It's an absolutely brutal day in the world of Magic the Gathering. The Brothers War set is a complete disaster. On top of that, Magic players are continuing to sell off their collections and flee the game in record numbers. It's absolute chaos right now.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The Magic Historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends. I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered for a very meaty installment of Mega Magic News. There is a lot going on in the world of Magic right now. A bunch of it is bad, but we do have some pinpoints of hope and light, so we'll talk about those as well because we need that right about now. Wizards of the Coast has been making a lot of terrible decisions, and the Brothers War set is getting hammered as a result by internal forces that are part of the set's creation and external forces that have nothing to do with the Brothers War but are ultimately crushing the set. So, in a similar way that Double Masters 2022 had an outsized effect and crushed Baldur's Gate and also leaned on Dominaria United, the 30th anniversary product and overall the 30th anniversary slew of products are eating into the money that Brothers War would be getting in terms of pre-orders. But more importantly, the 30th anniversary product, specifically the 15 random proxies for $250 a pack, but you got to buy 4 of them at $1,000 a pop. That product is really causing problems for the Brothers War because it is causing a massive amount of people to go, all right, it's time to at least reevaluate my purchases. There are a ton of people who have been like, yo, I'm hitting the pause button. I've heard it all over the place. They said, you know what? I'm not giving Wizards any money anymore. The only lesson they learn is when they don't get money and they're grabbing for it so hard that I'm just going to hit pause. But that's the lightest level of response. There are much heavier responses. There are people who are going, I'm walking out of the game, putting their cards up on the shelf and going, you know what? I'm done. Maybe I'll come back in a couple years or whatever. That's a pseudo pause. Put it up on the shelf like a board game. But then you have the full-on sellouts. These are the people who say, I am donezo for good. I'm selling it all, I'm walking away, and I'm not looking back. And there is a massive contingent of these individuals to the point where big buyers of cards are turning around going, look, man, we're taking cards in, but we're not paying cash out anymore. If you want to sell us cards, we'll keep taking them, but we're not spending any more actual money on this. We're going, okay, halt on the actual cash heading out, only store credit trades. So it's the scenario where the faith in how much Magic they're willing to take in, either they don't have as much faith in it and they're only willing to trade products so they can move some of what they already have, or it's a situation where they're just so strapped for cash because so many people are selling collections. Because 30th anniversary caused multiple effects. It caused not just people to go reevaluate my relationship, but also it caused the investor class of Magic to get panicked and do the same thing. And these guys function differently. They're not your average players where they care about, hey, what am I using all this? They care about, what am I gaining? What am I losing? Where's my money? I have my money parked in the reserve list. So what happened is there's been a massive psychological shakeup where people have looked at the situation and gone, okay, up until now, the reserved list was always touted as a place that you could put your money in Magic and it would at least be safe and it would grow over time. You don't run any risk of Wizards doing reprints or cashing in on your value. And so as a result, over time, reserve list cards went right up through the roof, and some of it was complete insanity. Like people looking at reserve list cards from Fallen Empires. Not all reserve list cards are good, guys. There's a lot of terrible reserve list cards, but people run in, they buy them all up because they're like, yo, these will never get reprinted. So Wizards does the collector's edition, and now all of a sudden you have people stampeding out of their reserve list stuff, you have people stampeding out of their collector stuff, and on top of that you have another layer that's noticeable, specifically in the realm of revised dual lands, where revised dual land prices are really wonky. If you're somebody who's been eyeing the revised duels, wanting to buy them up, it's a prime time to snag them up because they're going boop, 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 as people are going, okay, hold on. Maybe I can get these proxy versions. Maybe I can go this route. Either way, faith in these cards as an investment vehicle, which I can't even believe what Magic's become. The fact that I even say terms like this, I started when Magic was just a game. But anyways, the faith in revised dual lands has been shaken. Magic is shook because dual lands are like a health pulse for Magic the Gathering in some ways, right? It's a steady kind of, how are the duels doing? The Power 9, sure, not everybody's going to want the Power 9, but the dual lands are pretty much universally desirable. So when you watch fluctuations with them, you know something big's going on. So you have a scenario where Wizards goes, hey, it's just collector's edition, but you know those cards you want to play with? Maybe we doubled up the duels in here, hey? Maybe we put a lot more scrub lands in here. I don't know if you guys heard, but it sounds like everybody's cracking scrub lands. I don't know if that's an actual issue with the product because we've seen how much cracked, right? They had the stuff they had at the Magic 30th anniversary, the handful they gave out to the big sports guides and stuff like that. So we got to wait until the end of the month to see it, right? But if you take a look at all these people leaving, this has a depressionary price effect. When people bail, if you call up Billy, yo, Bill, let's play Magic, and it's like, nah, bro, I'm done, man. That 30th anniversary stuff did me in. Like, we're seeing it everywhere. I see it here. People are leaving comments saying, hey, man, it's been a good journey, bro. I enjoyed your content, but Magic's not for me, son. I'm leaving. I'll never see him again, right? So we are losing a bunch of people. The prices go down. It shakes faith in the game. So you've got that. People look at it and go, I don't want to give Wizards money. I don't want to feed into Brothers War. Then you've got the other end of the spectrum where people are excited for the 30th anniversary. Now, I will be real. I don't know how many people that is because the angry outcry over the 30th anniversary is the biggest I've ever seen, and it feels like almost universal. Now, I know that in one way we're on YouTube, so we're not seeing the larger entire Magic player base, but I also feel like the larger entire Magic player base, like, if you're somebody who's going to spend $1,000 buying like 4 booster packs, I feel like you're also the individual so into the game that you're online checking everything out. And if you're like, yo, I only play on the kitchen table with my buddies once every couple months, are you going to buy $1,000 commemorative? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're the audience for that. And everybody is mad about it. Everybody is upset about it because of the insane greed, right? The product itself would work fine if Wizards had went $10 a pack, put it through the stores. People would have still been like, bro, these are proxies. Like, come on, man. But at $10 a pack, at least people would have been like, you're not trying to pull every dollar out of our pockets, right? We have a scenario where Wizards is scrambling at the end of the year for money. That's why they're doing this anniversary thing. They need to push up the fourth quarter results. And the Brothers War, it's taken the price for it. Basically, where all the money that would go to that, anybody who's going to buy 30th anniversary, all those boxes of Brothers War, oh, I was going to get 2 cases of Brothers War, but I'm getting 1 4 set of the 30th anniversary. So I'll spend $1,000 on that instead of Brothers War. And it comes out at the end of November, right? So it's in like a couple of weeks. So anybody who's hyped for that and actually buying into it probably isn't buying the Brothers War, or is just so insanely rich that they're buying both. But the Brothers War is getting pinched in that way. And it has other issues as well. One of the serialized cards comes out, a foil serialized numbered to 500, and it's printed to garbage quality. Take a look at the image, friends. This is the current state of Magic. One of only 500 in the world, and they didn't even bother to print it right. Now, some people are going to run forward and go, it's a misprint. That means it's worth more money in the misprint group. That's an argument for a different day and a completely different concept. We're talking about delivering a proper product to consumers, creating a super limited chase item, and then it being garbage. Understand that I'm somebody who's super hyped about the Brothers War. Like, I am massively hyped about the set itself. The flavor is on point. It's incredible. And that's actually part of what's so frustrating about this is Wizards of the Coast is delivering set design in terms of the flavor and the actual story on a level that we rarely ever see. The Brothers War is so exciting to me that I'm literally going to reinstall Arena and collect all the cards on Arena the first day it comes out. I'm also going to be collecting an entire set of the physical cards because the flavor is amazing. But I did an hour-long opening, you might have checked it out on this channel, where I went through these packs and I got to the one, you get to the one rare, and who was it? I think it was Mishra or something like that. And there was like a line right through the text just cut out, and I'm like, it hurts your hype. It damages your enjoyment. You can turn around and say, you can contact Wizards for a replacement, you can go and do this, and it's fine if it's something that happens rarely, if it's not a common occurrence. But we're living in the era where they're so careless with the cards that not only is the card quality bad, we have a situation where they printed Hercule at rare and mythic rare, and then went, these are the correct rarities, And that's all we know for now. If there's any more cards like this, we'll let you know. We don't even know what's in our booster packs. We don't care. So that level of disregard is absolutely insane to me. And it really frustrates me that the Brothers War is being pinned down by this, because for real, it is the most hype set that I have seen in years. And if you strip away everything that's going around it, like, it would actually be a fantastic, enjoyable journey. Maybe snip the Transformers out of there, because it's a bit strange, admittedly, opening booster packs and be like, beep boop, beep boop, boop, I'm Optimus Prime. But if you want to consider that a bonus, you like it, that's fine. That's a really minor quibble for me. If everything else was sorted out, I wouldn't even be bringing it up. But the Brothers War is getting crushed. The sales, pre-orders are down. Asking people about going out to pre-releases, I did a poll of people who are like hyper engaged in Magic, and my miniature poll gave me very bad results of like 70% of people saying, nah, I ain't interested in the pre-release. That's not normal, okay? We're in a bad spot in Magic right now. So let's turn around and try and talk about something a little less unfortunate, all right? Let's talk about these crazy Korean tokens that Wizards of the Coast has coming, specifically obvious in that geographic location. You can see you got two little variants here. I like these corner case strange little promos that they come out with. I feel like they add a little bit of extra flavor, and having them only available in particular geographic locations makes them more special, but at the same time, they're not these like super expensive chase objects. That's what I like. I like geographically unique items that aren't overly expensive, where it's not like, check it out, we made 6 of these and they're $8 billion each. It's just, hey, we got these special ones. If you happen to live in South Korea, come and play in our events. We're going to give you these tokens. Now, let's take a look at something we don't look at anymore. Secret layer astrology ones. This is Sagittarius. Now, I'm showing it to you for a couple of reasons. One is it's actually my birth month, right? I was born at the end of November, so Sagittarius is my sign. So this is my secret layer. And out of all the artworks I've seen for secret layer, this is the most interesting to me because it shows a spirit heading down on a journey, right? The other ones are all right, but this one has been the most interesting so far. And I have to admit, I don't know if you're like me, but take a look at that artwork. You know, if you look at that artwork, is there anything that it makes you, does that artwork give you any kind of vibes or anything? You know, like, I'm not going to say anything because some people like to watch this stuff with their kids and whatever, but yeah, I don't know, man. Just look at the art for a while and tell me if you get any kind of vibes. You get any kind of vibes off that? It's this is an interesting choice that they've made here. It's some curious artwork. Just a spirit going on a journey. Nothing more to see here. All right, now that I've given you a taste of some silliness, I got to take you back to Sad Town, because guess what? Brothers War has a whole bunch of product delays too. So let's go through like this laundry list of product delays, my friends, because it's like legit. It's a page long of all these product delays. So Brothers War product delays, starting out at the top with pre-release kits. New Zealand, Philippines, Thailand. Sorry about your luck, friends. You just got hosed hard. You don't get your pre-release kits on time. Your pre-releases might be canceled. My heart goes out to you. I'm super stoked about the Brothers War pre-release. I will be your spirit animal and enjoy it extra hard for all of you, all right? Next category, collector boosters. So, bad news. Hong Kong, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, and Thailand. You all have to wait for your collector boosters. Like it's not bad enough for the Brothers War. Does it end there? Nope, of course not. Let's move into Commander decks, friends. So Commander decks, you've got China, Hong Kong, Philippines, South Korea, Taiwan, and Thailand, all left out in the cold on Commander decks as well. Who knows when they're coming? And then, I mean, this last product is the one that people probably aren't going to care that much about. Jumpstart Brothers War. I mean, they're theme boosters, really. Who cares about Jumpstart? Anyhow, if you do care about Jumpstart and you live in Australia, China, Malaysia, New Zealand, the Philippines, Singapore, or Thailand, you are completely out of luck. And speaking of out of luck, did you know there's a petition going around right now for people who feel out of luck about the 30th anniversary kit? So we're talking about the 30th anniversary 30 different secret layer card set. That one right there. There is right now an actual full-on petition put up on Reddit going, hey, Wizards, please reprint this. We want to buy it. And I have to say, actually, out of every petition that I've ever seen made, Like, we want you to change this, bring this back, do this, or whatever. This is the kind of petition Wizards might listen to. If you can get a bunch of people to come forward and say, hey, please make this print to demand product so we can buy it. I mean, they're pretty much probably going to listen. So for once, it's like, hey, wait, a petition that Wizards will listen to. We want to give you money. Please make this thing. We'll wait a year like we did for the Commander decks. I get it. Honestly, that 30th anniversary secret lair with the 30 different cards is really hype. I love it. It's not as hype to me as the Brothers War, but it's really hype. I'm stoked about the pre-release that's coming up. So, my friends, if you want more good times with the Brothers War and stuff like that, I have done another opening over on my other channel, Hatcher. Go over there. There's not as much of the sad times of what's going on with Magic, but the news is what it is, and I ain't going to sugarcoat it or hide it from you, my friends, because nothing gets fixed if we pretend like it ain't happening. So, that's everything I got to say for today. I will see you all for the next video. In the meantime, go check out one of my other channels. Links on the screen.